Hey guys, Alexi from Eurozone Solutions. We've been asked to do a quick critique on this startup business in terms of the digital marketing flow, starting with a Facebook fan page. Well, first of all, with a looking at a fan page isn't really the entire digital marketing. So you have to really understand the flow of the whole thing. The flow of all the marketing is usually funneled towards a landing page or a website. At the moment, there isn't really much of a website. It's something that's still in development, but I guess it's better to have something than nothing. So let's take a step back and maybe look at some fundamentals. Well, first of all, every business needs to be very clear about what they do, where they're located, and what type of people they are working with. So this particular image probably needs to change quite a fair bit and include some sort of a business offering. I guess a free consultation, maybe a color correction, or some sort of a free quote. So it's important to potentially put something in there that reflects the market. So if it's a residential home or outdoor painting, then that basically needs to reflect that. Then from that particular perspective, if you want people to flow straight through to the website needs to sort of expand on those things as well. This is a simple Google generated page, which is quite limited and it's full of pictures. But with the pictures, I guess they can be a bit deceiving. At the end of the day, there's some really good information here, like the phone numbers, the QBCC license, which is a huge selling point, the name of the person, and potentially what people would want to see in here is not so much the location, but potentially who they're working with, so some information about the actual client. The reviews are great, and in fact, I would make that the focus. The work that's been done is great, but it could potentially be presented a bit different. And I'm not sure if this image actually reflects what the business does 100%. I'm sure that they would be using much more modern brushes and potentially some brands as well, which is a big selling point also. So Dennox or potentially Torbens or something like that. Now moving on to I guess looking through this specific fan page. Now you basically would want to generate an inquiry. Now, in my opinion, I found that when people approach your website, when they approach your fan page directly through Facebook, they want to send a message. So hitting that message button should really be the focus of this if you're promoting this specifically within Facebook. If you're promoting this through different channels and you want people to end up on your website and see an offer, then the flow is right. But obviously, you need to make sure there's an offering. Now, with the actual business name, Dennox Pty Ltd probably isn't the best way to put it. I would probably present as Dennox Residential Painting Services, or maybe Brisbane's Residential Services Provider, or something like that. There should be a little bit more information in terms of about us. There's some basic stuff in here, but the more the merrier. Essentially, you want to sort of outline what the business is all about. In terms of the services, there's some good information here. And finally, reviews. There's a couple of good reviews. You basically want to get the more the merrier. But overall, moving on to the actual content and all, the whole idea of fan pages is to create a following. So when people like that, they are expecting to see some sort of interesting content. Interesting content would be things like recent jobs, potential reviews from clients, or maybe some educational material like here's the sort of Dulux paints that we would use and why, maybe some sort of a color choosing scheme, as opposed to basically presenting the same sort of information. And like I said, there's some really good things like, white card, ABN and so on and so forth, but this information is just not presented in the right place. So yeah, I would imagine that this business would need a bit of a strategy in terms of how everything ties together. And please make the website the focal point, and you probably need to build a proper one that reflects the brand as well as locations and the business offering as well. I hope this is helpful. If you got any questions, please comment below or send me a message.